True story. And for a second, let's talk to those people who are listening and saying, "Man, y'all talking $1 million deals? Talk about. I'm nowhere even near that."
Me neither.
I'm
on my way.
Right. And I know that's what they're saying. They're like, "Man, how did you get the money? Da da da. How can I, as someone, let's talk about someone who may work at $10 an hour, $12 an hour. How could I ever get in that playing field? Because this is something Reginald is on. Yeah. He don't care what the limitations are. Yeah. Let's talk about some strategies. Okay. You know what I'm saying? First one I want to talk about is Richest Man in Babylon strategy. Yeah. I feel like anybody in the world could get on the Richest Man in Babylon strategy. The Richest Man in Babylon strategy is no matter how much money you generate, taking 1/10 of everything that you earn before you pay any bills. Yeah. After tithes, if you're a religious spiritual person, after tithes, taking 10% and putting it into a separate account and not touching it unless it is to generate more money.
And I encourage even more than that. I encourage even 15th or 20%.
Right. But let's say somebody who's a single mother.
Okay, talk about it.
4 or 5 kids. Yeah. But she wants to be able to get away from her job and she wants to build a business.
So let's step back on that one real quick and then talk about the importance of financial literacy then. Right. Because The Richest Man, first of all, that is an incredible book. And I appreciate you for bringing that book to my attention.
That was Mo. Mo brought it. Yeah.
Shout out to Mo. Right. Yeah. Mo, that book was incredible for me. That's something that obviously that takes discipline in itself.
Big time.
And for that single mother or that that person that's maybe struggling or don't have the big high paying job, there's little things. The first thing is, keeping your credit lines open.
Working on credit.
So not taking out credit cards that you can't afford. Because that's one of the biggest scams I think going are credit cards. Because, and I'll put it to you this way. Somebody go to the store and they want to buy a pair of shoes, all right? And they don't have the cash on them necessarily, or they may not even have the money in the bank, so they use that credit card. So that credit card that they charge up, not only are they paying for those shoes, but they're paying interest on those shoes.
19%, 29%.
And the day you put those shoes on your feet, the value's gone.
Right.
So now you end up paying 10% or 15%, depending on what your interest rate is on your credit card for a pair of shoes that you're just going to get dirty.
Right, and you find yourself in further debt.
You find yourself further in
debt. So freeing up your credit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The 1/10 strategy. And the reason I tell people to do this is and they'll say, "Well, I got bills." I get it, but if you're already struggling, this is how I felt at the beginning of my journey. I was like, man, I'm already struggling. Right. I might as well struggle towards something.
Correct.
Because if you're putting away $100 per pay, that's $200 per month. Correct. That's $2,400 a year. Correct. In 5 years, $2,400. If you didn't invest it, 2,400 times 5 years. 12. That's $12,000. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even without hustling. Because when I was putting that $200 away a month, bro, I was going to Marshalls, to yard sales, because you could pull out your Amazon app. Right. eBay app, and you could bar scan code, and you could see how much people are buying these products for.
Right. Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I was going to Rogers sales with the money. Yeah. Boom, boom, and flipping it, putting the money back, flipping it, putting the money back. Yeah. Started buying cars, putting the money back. Like letting this money grow. Then we got in the stocks. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. And then, you know what I'm saying? We started talking about real estate. And now, by the time this opportunity comes, although you might only make $9 an hour, it's been 3 to 5 years that you've been building this account.
Yes.
That now you ain't even feeling depressed no more that your account's a zero because your business account got 10 grand.
So let's bring that up then. Because there's a certain factor and a certain characteristic that you have to carry in order to do that, and it's patience.
True.
And a lot of times, we want things to happen overnight. They don't happen like that. I mean, we've all started. We have friends that have started, that run businesses that have started from ground up, that started, all right. It might have been in their year 5 or year 6 where they were finally able to start seeing some of the fruits of their labor.
That's huge.
You know what I mean? I think about where we started at with this. You know, I started in 2017. It's only been 4 years. You know what I mean? I've been able to acquire a few properties. You know, and I'm on my way working towards acquiring some more and getting into doing some bigger deals. But I understand that I'm playing the long game personally. So,
All right.
The things that used to appeal to me don't appeal to me as much anymore because of where I'm trying to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I wanted to have that Mercedes, but the S550 to be exact is my favorite car. But I needed a pickup because I need to be able to go take drywall to my rental properties or hook a trailer on to take, because I, do, contract work on the side also. So being able to, I needed a truck to be able to access all that. Right. So having that truck I probably made 10X on that truck.
I feel it.
So it's and not to get on to me, but even going back to you talking about strategies, that patience part is going to be key because there's going to be challenges that come up, things that happen. So that emergency fund, having an emergency fund is going to be key in helping that. So not only do you have to save 10%, but you also have to put something away for your emergency.
And when you talk about emergencies, that's the thing. When I was building this account and I was down bad, the entire time that I was trying to build this account, emergencies kept coming up.
Yep.
And that's the wildest part because you got this money sitting over here and this emergency's happening.
Yes.
And that's the thing that'll hold you back because the more you try to grow, the enemy, evil, is going to try to bring it. Boom, your mama may be getting kicked out.
Yeah.
And now you got 1,000 over here that you built over a year.
Yeah.
And now she needs that 1,000. What do you do?
I can give you an example of that, man. I was the first property I purchased, my first investment property, duplex. You know what I mean? I didn't have a very good plan. I'm just learning the game. Didn't have a very good plan on executing on it. Okay. Start putting money into it, dumping money into it. Then boom, my grandfather passes. All right. Well, I'm thankful for him having things in place to be able to, take care of that problem and not even so much that problem, but be able to put him to rest peacefully. Mm-hmm. But there's some costs that are accrued in between there that you have to come up with the money for. So while I didn't necessarily have the money to put towards it, that became an emergency. So now, okay, we have to hop off of this project and we have to hop onto this and take care of what we need to take care of when it comes to the emergency. It happens.
All right.
You know what I mean? You got to weather those storms. That's a part of ownership in any form.
Real talk.
You know what I mean? So
and it's really important to understand that, you know what I'm saying? These problems are going to keep coming.
Yeah.
So you don't want to deplete everything because the emergencies are going to keep coming back. So if you've built this account and this emergency is here right now, you got to be disciplined enough to say, I don't get paid till Friday.
Yeah.
This just doesn't exist unless it's to make more money. It may sound heartless,
yes,
but it's really not because the problems are going to keep coming. My car might break down, but it's like, I don't get paid till Friday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You really got to see yourself 5 years down the road. And like you said, patience is key. Discipline is key. Yes. And if you really study a lot of companies or even artists or anybody who's built,
CEOs.
A lot of them 5 to 7 years.
Reginald Lewis, let's get back on him. He didn't do that McCall deal till he was in his 40s.
And he been trying to do it.
Listen, he worked at the top law firm. He went to the top law school at the time.
Right.
Got out, worked for the top law firm, decided to get out and spread his wings and start his own business, his own law firm, which ended up turning into the TLC company that he started. And he didn't get that big break until he was in his 40s.
Right. And the chapter says, I wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready.
And it shows how he just continued to grow. Just as he planned for every deal, he planned for being able to make the deal. Like, okay, you know what? I need to develop discipline this month. So this month I'm focused on discipline. You know what? I need to get my health right. So this month I'm focused on my eating habits. You know what? I need to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
a lot of times we look at ourselves and we say, this is just who I am.
Yeah.
But if you study,
Things,
if you study the most successful people, they're like, okay, what's my current downfall? Yeah. What's my current setback? Yeah. What's my current addiction?
So that
you know what I'm
comes
saying?
in, and that comes with self-awareness, and being able to actually take that time to really self-evaluate. All right, where did I go wrong? He spent, they talked about in the book when that deal that went bad with the radio stations. So he tried to acquire several Caribbean radio stations, and his timing was just off with the deal.
Right.
And it didn't go well. So he beat himself up over that deal and the deal where he didn't get the furniture. He beat himself up. But he really broke it down and dissected himself. Mm-hmm. How can I improve? What am I doing? That's, again, processing issues and self-accountability. Being able to actually realize those things and then turn around and make them positive.
All right. Yeah, truth, man. And that's huge, man. Self-growth. Yeah. And I know we gave a lot in here, you know what I'm saying? If there's any questions, please drop the questions in the comment section.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We'll create another segment. Yeah.